Ghostbusters is directed by Paul Feig, written by him and Katie Dippold. It's based on, of course, the original 1984 comedy directed by Ivan Reitman. And this new version stars Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, and Chris Hemsworth. And in this new Ghostbusters, 4 women who have done research on or have experienced the paranormal band together to stop a madman from unleashing a ghostly apocalypse on the world. Now, I'm fully aware that this movie has been getting a lot of flack, a lot of hate, a lot of criticism since it was even announced, but I am going into this movie blind. I really didn't want to watch the original Ghostbusters before watching this movie. Yes, I haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty young. But I really just wanted to review this movie objectively without any bias affecting me. And you know what? It's okay. It's a fine movie. It's not the end of the world. I think the visuals look great. I think Kate McKinnon steals the entire show, although it really is not as entertaining as it hopes to be. First, I have to touch on the visuals because for me, they really are the best part of this movie. The production design is really solid. All the sets look great. It's really cool seeing all their little gadgets because they actually look like they might be able to work. But the visual effects here really are something. It just goes to show you how many people still don't know that the visual effects in a trailer are not finished. Like, of course it's not finished yet, but the finished product really looks good. The proton streams look great. The big set pieces really do match like the other big set pieces in other big blockbusters. But my favorite thing about the visuals here is the fact that most of these ghosts are live actors just suspended on wires and stuff, but they've just been enhanced by makeup and CGI, and it looks really good. The sound is quite good as well and quite spooky in some scenes, but Theodore Shapiro's score for the movie is really great in how it integrates the original Ghostbusters theme into the music. And the whole cast that Paul Feig has assembled here really are capable. Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, and Leslie Jones really have their funny moments to shine. Like, they really are able to display their different styles of comedy, and all of them mix really well. One of the standouts here though is Chris Hemsworth. He has this great deadpan delivery of these really stupid lines because he plays this really dumb receptionist that you just end up kind of loving anyway, and he was really fun to watch. But for better or worse, all these people are just upstaged by Kate McKinnon, who is just a whirlwind of just energy, and her character is kind of crazy in the movie, but she has so much fun with it, and she really got the most laughs out of me. And what I really loved about her performance was the fact that she had a lot of really kind of like diverse comedy. You know, she had some really funny lines, she had some physical comedy in there, but just her facial expressions, her body language, she really was just funny 24/7 in this movie. And overall, Paul Feig does stage his individual scenes well, but Paul Feig's strength really lies in just letting his actors bounce off each other, and you can really feel that strength in the scenes that are dominated by Chris Hemsworth and Kate McKinnon. With that said though, the whole movie really is pretty uneven. It doesn't really come across as a Ghostbusters movie directed by Paul Feig. It comes across as a Ghostbusters movie and a Paul Feig movie. It doesn't mix very well. I also wish it could have been, like, there could have been a more of a horror aspect, because the horror that's in there is kind of promising, but you just don't get enough of it. And while I said that the individual scenes are cut together well, in between them though, like, there's nothing really holding them together. There's lots of really awkward cuts, and the pacing really does just start sagging halfway through. But what really stops this movie from being really entertaining and really memorable is the fact that the writing just isn't really up to par. You know, the plot is very silly, the villain is very lame and forgettable, and the script overall just doesn't have a lot of heart. So you don't really care about these characters. You care about the people because you like the actresses, but the characters themselves don't really have any real arcs. And while some of the dialogue is funny, a lot of the jokes also just don't hit at all, and there's a lot of really techno mumbo-jumbo dialogue that makes zero sense and really screeches the movie to a halt. But in the end, in all honesty, no bias, it's really an okay, harmless movie. It's fine. And I really didn't want to comment on the controversies this movie has been getting, but I just have to. Just please do not judge a movie before it comes out, because it just makes you look really stupid. Any arguments you have before the movie comes out are invalid because you haven't even seen the damn thing. And when it does come out, and you see it, even if you don't like it, at least phrase your arguments well. I do believe that reboots to a certain extent have to be critiqued on their own terms as well. You have to give credit where credit is due, and there is a lot of good stuff as well in this movie. And contrary to what some people have been saying, there are normal male characters in this movie who aren't dicks or who aren't incompetent. It's just that people have been choosing to focus on the characters that they feel attacked by, but it's a complete lie. There are normal male characters here, but before you make that judgment, ask yourself just how many male-led movies have so many like terribly written female characters. It happens so much more often and no one is getting angry about it. Anyway, I didn't want to like talk about that too much, but anyway, those are my thoughts on Ghostbusters. Have you guys seen it? What do you think about it? Whether you agree with me or not, please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation.